Hello fans of Marvel Heroes, welcome to another episode of Q&A. I play the game, also talk about games, some of the questions you ask and so on. And today I got a lot of good stuff for you all, and but I think before we get there, just to you must have watched, I hope you have watched the Star-Lord kind of like video. Normally I don't really create a guide like out of the blue, but since a lot of you asked for it, which I think is the same person, I don't know, or maybe a group of friends, you all are so funny. So I did that for you all. I mean, right now, I haven't really published it, but I think by the time you watch this video, it should have been published already. And so what's coming up with the game? There are two things that's coming up. One is the dynamic combat level. It's something that I've been asking, I think, for about 2 years. The motivation is that, sometimes when you play this game, especially on the story mode and so on, you want to play with friends. And you can't because, because your level is different from your friend, and you can't get into the patrol zone. There's a 5-level kind of difference kind of thing. So I've been asking, like, well, I mean, this game really should allow people to play together. I think it's the right step. They're going forward. The dynamic combat level is great behind the scene. I don't need to worry about it. So long as you grow up with your friends, go to a zone that will be appropriate for a level. This technology is not new. If you play Guild War, it's somewhat like that as well, I think. And the so that's nice. And then next thing is the global difficulty setting. Also very interesting because I think a lot of us ask for a cosmic version of the story mode, and the and I think that is the part whereby we are hoping that there is something that is for end game for us to play in the story mode, and of course it goes beyond that as well. So we have the cosmic danger room, cosmic patrol, and cosmic this, cosmic that, and cosmic terminal as well. But I think I don't know how much they're going to change this one, because if you look at cosmic terminal versus cosmic patrol versus cosmic danger room, the difficulty is a lot different, right? I mean, downing a boss in a cosmic terminal is just a click of a signature or so. Downing a boss in patrol probably a little bit harder, and then cosmic danger room, the mod will probably kill you a lot faster as well. So so that's some of it. I do not know how they're going to balance it, and I hope that the story mode will drop the appropriate kind of like reward for the a chance to have a cosmic medallion as well. But But with the new, the improved reliquary drop from the cosmic Hightown or cosmic patrol in general, whereby you have a chance to get a cosmic medallion anyhow. So I think it's just one of those things that are a little bit too late for me. I think I think there are a lot of things that are quite welcoming. The whole cosmic story, cosmic X defense and whatnot. So we'll see how that go. And I think going back a little bit on this dynamic combat level is that I don't know how they come up with the last part of it, because I personally have actually have a hero that go into Holocene at rather early level, and I totally disagree with what they said there, because if you really play the game, just bring a hero maybe level 5 into Holocene, you will not be indestructible. Even so, because after a while you gain no XP. You only gain 1 XP per enemy kill or whatnot. You will not outlevel. You still outlevel the mob, but because the wave 50 and onwards become so intense that it actually is quite challenging if you play a wave 50 on that kind of environment with the tune that you go in without coming out. So I don't know how they come up with all this completely indestructible and defeat all enemy in one shot. It's not the case. God, trust me, guys. If you play the game, it's not that one. Anyhow, let's go back to the game, and I'm going to play some Cosmic Hightown. And I hope you got a chance to catch up on my video on Dr. Doom, the Tribunal Specialization. I think it's very to me it's very special, and well, it's so special that I thought I'd get defeated over there. So it's still a very special kind of build for me. I really enjoyed the kind of being able to have free signature, and just in general pretty powerful stuff going on. So I'm going to just loot some of these things as well. Cosmo medallion. Should I take? Should I not take? Most likely it's not going to be nice. Let's see. No, it's not nice. All right. And today I'm going to talk a couple of things, talk about topic, quite heavy stuff, and I think a bit of light stuff as well. And the one that is a little bit heavy is on the, I would like to talk about the aging of the heroes in this game, because I think a lot of you are new to the game. By the way, for those who are new, my name is Wilfred. This channel I'm dedicated to a lot of video and guides on this game, Marvel Heroes. And it is important for me because the aging of the heroes will have a direct impact to how soon I should, how regular I should update my guide. Because I have at least one guide for every heroes in this game, and now it's 57 heroes. And on average, some of them may have 2 guides or 3 guides. So it is quite a lot of work for me to update. So to me, the aging of the hero is a very important indicator. So I like to talk a little bit about that. And also because a lot of you always ask me like, oh, is this build still viable? Is that build viable? And so on and so forth. So I thought I may just want to talk a little bit on that as well. All right, a bit of lag. And then the other one is that I would also like to talk about the, okay, so this is interesting. And I would like to talk about the then Cosmic Patrol, specifically Cosmic MM, with the now Cosmic Danger Room, because I think what I'm seeing in the Cosmic Danger Room today is what I have seen back in the Cosmic MM. And I thought Garcia has learned their lesson on how to deal with all this difficult content versus the heroes that are not balanced. So I'd like to talk a little bit about that, if that is fine. And depending on how much time I have with this video, I try not to overstretch things and make you guys kind of like bored and tune out. But I may have another topic, so I'm not going to mention that right now until I'm quite sure I'm going to have time talking about that. And the next thing is something light. I always like to throw in something not too serious in a video, talk about some off-topic stuff and like that. And I think one of you are actually interested in how much time or what's the process behind making all this video, like how much time I actually spend on all this video. How long does it take? Do I usually release it in the morning or daytime or nighttime and stuff like that? So I would like to take some time also to talk about it. Oh, someone threw a rune that this is quite a decent rune actually. Or that's my rune, I don't know. Okay. Now I would like to draw your attention to a couple of things here with regard to the heroes, the agent. Because a lot of people ask me, is my guide still viable? Is this still viable? That still viable? Now, Star-Lord was released on the 2014 July. Now that is almost like 2 years ago, right? 2014 July, right? That is 2 years ago Star-Lord was released. Now, I've recently updated a guide on Star-Lord thanks to some of you who's really into like wanting to have an update on Star-Lord. Now, the build that I'm using in this build that I created for Star-Lord is exactly the same as I was playing him back in 2014 July. Now that was like what, 2 years ago, yeah. Exactly the same rotation, exactly the same power that I picked when Star-Lord was released. The only change to Star-Lord was the elemental guns. That was because I think when he was shipped, he was unfinished. So what Garcia has done is that they have really finished working on the elemental build, and that's why I created an elemental build. But so that is Star-Lord on the time. Nova was released on the 2014 October, almost like 2 years ago, probably like maybe one year plus another 10 months or so. Also, if I play the melee build, it's exactly the same as I would have played him close to 2 years ago. All right, and and there are quite a lot of other heroes as well. Like Iceman, 2015 March. So a lot of people ask me like, oh, is my Iceman video still viable? Now, Iceman, from then till now, the only change to Iceman was how they nerfed the golem, right? So the gameplay is exactly the same. It's just that there has been nerf to his golem so that his golem aura doesn't overlap with one another. So do I need to change my build on based on nerf? No, I don't. So my build is still very viable on that end. So and same as the She-How as well, 2015 March. So it was being released. So all this thing that I sort of like share with you is that where I know a lot of you ask me like is this build still guy still viable, that guy still viable, because it may seem quite long, like 1 year old guy, 2 year old guy, but the hero don't change that much. The gear may change, but then I always have some other guys on the best artifact guy, best rune work guy, and so on and so forth to help you out on those regards. So if you are still watching some of this older video, I mean, the build is still very much intact. It is only the gear that now has better gear. And usually I have other video as well. And for Omega system, I promise I will make a video. But that is something that usually take a little bit longer time, because this requires a little bit more analysis. And for guys like that, I'll have to make sure that it is 100% correct or close there about before I release them to online, because these are very significant guys for me, at least. All right, and so back to the whole aging thing. If you look at what is this? I've got I've got some, maybe a birthday buff, is it? Yeah, I think so. Let me just pick some of these guys up. If you look at the Duke Rune gifted, so that's good stuff. Not that I really need that, but it's good. Thank you, Gazillion. So now, if you look at the whole heroes kind of like progression now, if you haven't been with the game for quite some time, maybe you are playing other thing right now, and if you look at what we have in the game in about 2 years ago or so, they started introducing something called the specialization, and heroes nowadays, new one usually have some options of specialization here and there. And heroes that do not have specialization, of course, feel a little bit dated. But also something that is something that's quite invisible, not that visible as in like you can't really see things at work, is that if you notice a lot of newer heroes, the power design, they have a lot of invulnerable kind of like power. When you do this, you are invulnerable. You do that, you are invulnerable. So now, why is this important? Because I'll talk about a little bit about the then Cosmic MM versus the now Cosmic Danger Room in just a bit. But why it is important is because sometimes whether a hero is strong or not is no longer just the gear itself. Because gear I can deal with it, right? I mean, for gear I can make my heroes gear nicely in some way. But now it is more of a power design. So if you are blasted with one of the newer heroes design, be as the newer review or newer heroes and so on, you will have the opportunity to have all this power that make you very durable. Like Black Cat. If you look at Black Cat fundamental, she's a deflect dodge hero. So if you look at fundamental wise, she should not be that durable compared to other heroes, even Dr. Doom I'm playing, which is a defense deflect hero. But Black Cat is very durable. Why? Because when you play Black Cat, a lot of her powers are invulnerable. She doesn't have to, she can't get hit when she's doing all this movement and stuff like that. So in that regard, I think the aging of the heroes is being shown in a couple of ways. Specialization is one. Whether the power is appropriate for what the content, the latest content is another one. So if you look at Dr. Doom itself, now my Dr. Doom was released on June 2015. Now June 2015 would be somewhat like June 2015 would be like a year ago. If you watch it right now, this video right now. So I mean, he is he is not a data hero by all means. I mean, he's not. But I would argue, or I would say that his design is getting dated. Because he doesn't have those power. I mean, his signature power, like the one that I'm doing right now, is rather long animation, and this one also rather long animation. I'm playing like no specialization, so I can pop like 3 signature. If it were designed to be like Black Cat or whatnot, that those would have been a power that render him invulnerable, like this power here, rather than just like 50% less damage, right? And and for those some of this content like Cosmic Danger Room, whereby the damage output from the trash mob is so high, those power is very useful. So my Doctor Doom, just a year-old kind of heroes, I'm feeling the heat already. To be a little bit fragile when I don't play the summoner. Now, not many people talk about it. Why? Because most people in this game just play the summoner. Because summoner is easy to play, hard to gear though. But the summoner, you don't really worry too much about survivability. It makes all the content rather easy. Now, this particular Doom is actually very fun for the advanced player. You have to know where to position. Like right now, you have to sandwich in between the two, and after that, do this one. And after that, know when to buff certain things and when not. So my Doctor Doom actually is very, very interesting. Now the third signature with the summon there. But then it is only when you play this Doctor Doom would you actually get appreciation of how fragile he actually is. Because his damage reduction is only 35% with his gear. So I'm talking about his standard kind of design on the hero passive and so on. So that said, 35% doesn't fly. Even with the 8% being added as the from beneath Doom's boot, that is below 50% of thereabout. So I would say that like a year-old heroes is already not at the curve of the newer hero when they are being blasted with a lot of better design. Because when those heroes are being released, like the newer hero like Black Cat or even Ultron coming up, I don't know, I hope he's good. They will have to take into consideration that this kind of hero can do something like the Cosmic Danger Room, right? I mean, there's no point releasing a brand new hero and realize that, oops, a portion of the content you can't really be effective. People would complain and people will laugh at you, right? I mean, laugh at Gazillion, right? So what I'm trying to say is that if your hero is already 1 year old, you will start to feel it. So a lot of heroes like the Ant-Man and so on right now is still strong, but I would say that if Gazillion is not doing a little bit faster on how all these heroes are being revealed, I would say it would be quite a reality that all these heroes become dated. All right, so it's nothing new. Those of you who has watched my Mega review on the Hero 57 Mega review will have got that trend already. I mean, I'm not really that good at playing this game, to be honest. I mean, I'm just a normal dude playing this game. But I do kind of see the trend of where things are rather in a good way. So I mean, this is some of the trend that I've been seeing after playing with this game for a while, after knowing how Gazillion operates. And yeah, I mean, so we'll see how the whole thing goes. They have already slowed down the number of heroes that is being released per year. And so I think I have a question for you, and probably this is off topic. Well, it's not off topic, but it's not really within the so-called what I'm trying to talk about today. Do you feel that this game is really have a higher quality as of now? Compared to say the Iron Fist kind of era, when a lot of people are complaining about the game kind of being a bit too buggy and so on. Now I'm asking this question because I personally do not feel this game is of a higher quality. I'm a big fan of Gazillion, right? I mean, all these things I'm talking about is not just bashing for the sake of bashing. You know me. I'm just wondering if you notice whether any of this change. Any of these change, right? All these patches and so on. They are of a high quality that you feel that, that warrant the reduce in the number of heroes per year, right? What I'm saying that, I mean, I'm still seeing a lot of. I don't really see a lot of heroes updates. I mean, Emma is one of them. I think in recent time, and they have some tweak to some like Magneto, Loki, and so on. But I mean, those are not things substantial enough for me to say, wow, you've done a great job like Emma Frost, right? So, I mean, do you guys feel that they have done a really good quality because now that they have reduced the number of heroes per year? Let me know in the comment box below. I'm keen to hear as well. I mean, I intend to put up some kind of feedback to Gazillion because I've been asking some of my friends also, why are you not playing this game anymore. I think some of them you probably know that because, by the way, don't deal with the inventory here because your boost will start to click down. I don't know why this is not considered as hub because there's no mob here anyhow. So just go back to the to the training room to do any of those inventory stuff here. So yeah, I mean that is just some. I've been asking some of my friends why they're not playing this game. I think a lot of response also similar to what I've said before, was that they just give up. Like my wife, when she opened up her inventory, everything is full. I mean, what are you going to do with all these things all filled up, right? And you have to check one by one and to see which one you should be turn into a credit chest and so on. And it becomes very tiring after a while. And now with all the UI bug that we have, you'll see in just a bit. I think it happens a while, but sometimes when you start to use the now it's working, right? So I start to turn things into a credit chest, and sometimes it just doesn't work. Don't know whether I'll catch it in camera or not. You see? Like, how am I going to compare this one? So I need to flip here, right? And after that, I'll say, okay, I don't need this one. So it becomes a very, very tedious process right now. Now the game is, I mean, for the veteran who, for those who love the game enough to say, I'm going to just eat anything that you throw onto me, be it as a very messy or just flicker like this one, then yeah, I mean, they're fine. But I can tell you, honestly, there are a lot of friends of mine who just say, forget it, I'm going to play other things. Who in the world would want to play the game like this? Like right now, I can't even see whether I should keep the. I really can't see. I can't tell. I mean, this one I can because it's all red somehow. But this one, I mean, there are some power that seems to be good, some power that not. So what I'm going to do, right? So that is a prime example of how I feel that the Gazillion is still not quite there on the quality and quantity thingy, and the with a number of loots that you have all over here. It's just I think for some of us who has been playing this game for a while and sort of get into the whole rhythm, we build a skill around the imperfection of the system. Then it's a different thing. But yeah, I mean for many other friends, unless you're a big fan of Marvel, the art, the comic book and franchise, it becomes very, very tedious. So all these things, and yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean, just bear with me while I'm just going through all my inventory, and this is now you see firsthand how I play this game, and it's not really a pretty sight, but it's kind of a miracle, huh? You think about it, I actually know where to put things. Yeah, I know. I mean, after a while, you sort of get into the rhythm of it, but really, you can't expect any new players or any one of you to be able to do what I'm doing right now. It's just utterly insane. I think well, I can't. Well, okay, so this is no good. So yeah, then I still have some more here. Then I can't. I got one more here, silver server. So where's silver server, right? And they drop all these things, and silver server is the S. I wish I could press the S there and then jump to the kind of so there's a hotkey to the heroes kind of thing. It'll be really ideal. So after that, I still need to clear the inventory of do I want this? Do I don't want this? Do I want this? Do I don't want this? Do I want this? Do I don't want this? Kind of thing. I want this? Do I don't want this? Maybe I keep this. And as I'm doing this, oops, I'm still missing one of the items. So I'm just chuck it in to Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom, where's my Dr. Doom? D. Press a D. Come here. That would be really ideal. I need to compare like this. I can't see, man. Can you guys really see what I'm doing? This crazy stuff. Okay, let me go back in and and continue talking about a couple of other things as well. So now, next topic is let's talk about the then Cosmic Midtown Manhattan versus the now Cosmic Danger Room. Now, if you observe how this game works, and I hope that some of you may be able to relay, is that they always do some crazy stuff, like make some certain content very hard, and then after that they'll start to buff the heroes, or they realize that, oops, we have something not too balanced, and then we have to do something about it. And then after that, then they'll do something else, like, okay, then after that, say, the heroes are too buffed. Let's buff the mobs because they're just too soft. And after that, oops, they're imbalanced everywhere, and let's go and do the buff the heroes. Now, all these things is ongoing. Now, give you an example, right? Last time when Cosmic Patrol first came out, Before Cosmic Patrol, when contents are not hard, no one knows the difference between playing a Black Panther melee versus a another heroes whereby it's strong, right? You can't tell. I mean, which game content really back then were really taxing. I mean, Cosmic Terminal. Well, I mean, it was hard, but now it's. I want to read someone. Can't really see. Okay. So Cosmic Hightown was. Cosmic Terminal was not that hard. It was hard when it first came out. And sort of like, so okay, let's go back in time, right? When Cosmic Terminal first came out, what happened was that they realized that the DPS is a wide difference between the DPS. So they start to look into how to buff some heroes and so on. I think by and large it was a good exercise. And then they realized that, oops, everything become too oh man, I don't really want to pick up anything here, really. Then after that, they realized that everything is just too soft. And then they make something called a Cosmic Midtown Manhattan. Now, Cosmic Midtown Manhattan back then was not easy. I think if you look at some of my older video when I was like lamenting about, oh no, that is a Cosmic Midtown, I'm using the one of the melee kind of heroes. So I think a lot of you, when you watch the video right now, probably can't relate. But back then, trust me, Cosmic Midtown was really hard for some of the melee heroes. You have to really gear for it to make it happen. Like Black Panther, you could actually go in within seconds, melt in front of all the bosses. And I mean, of course, now it's a total different story, right? But back then it was really, really hard, the Cosmic Midtown. So what they have done was that they have a quick fix among all the heroes. So they say, okay, so why don't these heroes at 8% damage reduction? That heroes at 8% damage reduction. So they try to say, okay, if you're melee, you get 8%. But what about some of the heroes that are both melee and range and kind of thing like that? So they were doing a lot of like things that they don't really like, but then it was a quick fix back then. So that was the Cosmic Patrol. And after all these fixes, the Cosmic Patrol seems a little bit more durable. But the differences between all the heroes are still there. So what they have done was that they have looked into the defense review, the defend, deflect, and dodge review, and to sort of like make it more durable for all heroes. Now after that, guess what? Everything seems so easy, right? I mean, suddenly all the stuff become rather straightforward. Cosmic Patrol, you can even watch TV while doing this. You don't need to worry about about all these things anymore. You just play as it is. So I think after that, I think they have the Cosmic Danger Room that's supposed to be a little bit harder on the end. And then at the same time, around the same time, we have the Omega Cap raise. Now Omega Cap raise is another interesting exercise. Net, if at 7,500 in the old cap, you actually get a nerf in some sense, a slight nerf, because they have to bring down the sort of like the level a little bit, and then all the new players actually catch up as well because of the curve fitting, which is fine. I'm not criticizing that. That was old news. Now, what happened is that now, after 3 months of Omega Cap being raised, quite a few people who has been diligently playing this game has been benefiting quite a fair bit on the Omega Cap, and so now the Omega Cap become like really kind of like the Omega become really easy right now, and with the Omega content become quite easy. So what did they do? They buff the mobs, of course, and when they do that, I want to get out from the throne. When they do that, I know that one will be coming because that's what they do all the time. So after they have given you about 3 months to catch up on the Omega system, and I missed this. Oh no, I haven't. After they have give you a couple of months to catch up on Omega system, and I hope that some of you have catch up quite a fair bit, and they have. And they are good. They are buffing all the cosmic kind of like mob. And if you look at Danger Room as of now, I think some heroes are a lot easier. So heroes that are more durable, like I'm not going to name them. Otherwise, Gazillion may go and nerf some of this beloved hero of mine. But I think they will know anyway. Some hero are a lot easier, have a lot easier time than other heroes, especially newer ones and newer review ones. And it is, to me, it is like back to the old time of the then Cosmic Midtown Manhattan, when there's a vast difference between the heroes. Because I play this game, right? I don't know about Gazillion. Do they play like all 57 heroes, or they just like tweet some numbers and hope that people will feedback via forum, right? I play this game. I do all the guides for all heroes. I constantly go back to some of them and see where things are. I know that all the heroes are different, and even if I gear them differently, they have a different. Some of them have a really hard time right now in a cosmic danger room, right? And versus some of them that could be like a lot easier, right? So that to me is like going back to the whole then midtown Manhattan kind of patrol. So what I'm trying to say is that it's always a yo-yo to me. They buff the mobs and they buff the heroes and they buff the mobs and buff the heroes, and still realizing that they say, oops, all the heroes are not really that that durable. So I think the only comment I can make to Gazillion is that whenever Gazillion bring in some new concept or start to use some new concept in the game, try to make all the heroes be able to benefit from it. Like for example, I can give you concrete example because we're playing this game for quite some time. Is that if you add specialization to the newer hero, make sure all the hero has it. If you buff the health and defense of the newer heroes, make sure all the heroes will get it via their unit as well, right? If you have power that is going to be have a invulnerable kind of like play style to it, make sure every hero has something to go for. If you make a hero whereby you can teleport without any spirits, right? I think it is only fair that they should have looked into traveling power a long time ago. And then if some of these heroes like Magic who can teleport and deal damage as well, look, you really have to do something about the rest of the hero, right? So that is how I personally see things when it comes to. I prefer cross-mode, by the way. That's personally I see things. If I were a game designer, right? If I were a game designer, but then sometimes I have to say that I'm just sitting on this side of the screen. I confess I do not know how Gazillion, what kind of constraint they're having, right? Because they may be pushed to do certain content during to some movie release or TV series release, and they may be also have some priority as well, which I totally get it. So I'm not trying to belittle them, really. That is not my intent as always. I think I think they have done something good in this game, although there's still quite a fair bit of area for improvement, I would say. All right, so that is just from my aspect, from my point of view. When I'm sitting on this side of the screen, that's a lot easier to criticize. Yeah, and okay, so now this is the okay, so this way, let me just stay here. All right, so I hope you have a chance to appreciate how fun this. I got like I couldn't aim that one is a little bit aim. I hope you have got a chance to appreciate how fun this Dr. Doom tribunal no specialization is. I think in response to, I think one of you have commented that this is is a very power hungry. I agree, but then if you look at my power, it doesn't really drop much at all. So even if I keep spamming stuff, so it is doable with some gearing higher omega point. I don't think you need the really high omega point. I think I'll look at the number again. I think within 4,000 you can do what I'm doing. So all you need to do is just open one note, which is the whether I can it's just need to open this note here. So I can't offhand I can't recall how much it take to get here, but I don't suppose it'll be like 10,000. You don't need 10,000 points to get here. And once you get to this point, your Doom Tribunal specialization is fine because you can sustain the kind of like a power output, power consumption. All right. So so that is all I would like to really talk about. Just some food for thought about looking at the then cosmic midtown versus the now cosmic danger room. All right, so and it's just one of those things that because I happen to be a guide and I happen to be I have this need to play cosmic danger room for all my heroes. So I'm feeling the pain, but I think for majority of you who has figured out which one is the strongest hero to do Cosmic Danger Room, I think these are all non-issue to you, right? And all right, let me just clear all these things. One thing great about all this kind of like tribute, no specialization is just there's so many like visual effects. And you know what? The Punisher team up become one of my favorite, the Franken-Castle, because I can see what he's doing. I think that's the most important thing about this game, because this game is always very hard to see what's happening. And to be able to see what's happening is really fun. Let me summon my Doom bot. No? Okay, so that's out. Just be out lag. And Crossbone is out. So now I mean, the only rotation I'm doing in the whole Odin event is the Cosmic Hightown, because ICP, Cosmic Midtown, I mean, really, I mean, that it does drop nothing. At least here I have something to go for. The artifact is kind of good as well. And I mean, who knows, right? I mean, when I zoom in, I see Nick Fury is right kind of thing. I will be very happy. I'll be very, very happy and delighted. Right, so I think Kirigi is along the way. Let me just get rid of this guy. Alright, so that is one. And so I think that is really about all the things that I would like to talk about before I talk about the making of this channel. So now, if you are new to my channel, first of all, a big welcome. I'm always blessed with a lot of very kind people here, talking about the game, talking about this channel as well. And so now I make guide for these channels, and I make video Q&A. Now, why I like Q&A is usually because it gives me a chance to talk about the game without having to. I mean, when I make video like Q&A, I actually still have oh, what should I do here? When I make video like Q&A, I actually still write down some script before, so I've got a lot of cardboard right next to me. I don't know whether you guys know or not, but I always prefer to be a bit environmental friendly. So all the tea boxes and in the tea bag boxes, I would just recycle them and cut it up and become my notepad. So I write down what I want to talk about in a Q&A, some of the topic as well. So because as I play a game, it's very hard to follow what I'm talking if I'm not organized within myself. So that usually doesn't take a lot of time, but and that's why I always enjoy a little bit of Q&A and just get to play the game a little bit. But I think a lot of you come here for guides and guides that help you to play your heroes better. So usually what happens is that I've got a software to record, but my software is highly unreliable. But what it really means is that did I miss the loot? I don't know, man. My software is quite unreliable, so I need to chop it into pieces. But it's kind of good as well. Sometimes to actually look into different kind of segment of the, because I don't redo from the beginning again, right? So I'll do a bit talk about gear, a bit talk about the Cosmic Danger Room, a bit like this, a bit like that, right? So that's what I usually do when it comes to making of this video. But that process now, of course, the hero itself, I need to make sure that I'm proficient in playing the hero, otherwise it won't look good on video, right? So I usually spend quite a lot of time to look in number, depending on how complex the hero is. If the hero is not that complex, it would probably take about, and I think my game is called hang right now. See, the recording software and the whatnot, it's just something like that. So I tell you what, I mean, it could be quite a long topic, but I can always address it in another video on this one. But there are quite a lot of work that behind the scene, and I'm going to talk about it in my next video Q&A on the stay tuned to come. All right, see you next time. Goodbye. Good luck with your loot though. This anniversary event is still going on. I think the 4th week is going to be awesome. I hope so. There's some new achievement coming up as well. All right, see you next time. Goodbye.